What's going on, everybody? As you see, I got basketball in the background. I got NIT on one side. I got NCAA tournament on the other side. I had the Heat game in the background behind me, but I'm going to jump in and do this video. I got a couple of videos I got to drop for all y'all because, I got to bring you the content. That's why you come back to Rudy's Rant and come on now, the podcast. I tell you what, Brianna Turner, Indiana Fever's new player, have someone have a conversation with her because she had an interview that was posted on the Indiana Fever website or YouTube page, and she hit it on the head. She endeared herself to Indiana Fever fans the way so many of these players fail to do in the league, just in general, the league. But she knew exactly what to say, how to say it this time. The stuff from a few weeks back, it exists. You know what she feels. But she made a point and she hit on every single player on the roster. And she gave them all flowers. And that is the best way to make people like you, to make the fans appreciate you. So I gotta say, smart job by Brianna Turner. Smart job by Indiana Fever media relations because I will say it almost looked memorized and she seemed nervous, but she nailed it. So good job. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Rudy's Rant. Powered by coming out of the podcast. We talk facts of our feelings. I'm Rudy Rodriguez Showmont, your host, aka Rudy the Hammer. Let's talk about this. But for those of you who are back, I appreciate y'all. Like the video, leave a comment. For those of you who are new, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. For those of you who hit the live last night, had a good time. Appreciate everyone jumping on board. It was a great night last night. So by the way, don't forget, March Madness brackets are on the community board. The links are there for men and women. $5 a bracket, winner take all, each individual bracket. The code is 2024. So it's on the board. Hit the link, jump on in 2024. It needs to be in, I think, by like 11 o'clock in the morning, 11:30 in the morning, Thursday for the men. And I guess Friday would be probably about the same time for the women, around that time. So if you want to jump in on the bracket, $5 a bracket. And you shoot me over the money via Cash App, and the winner take all. Let's show you the video involving Brianna Turner. Just, they hit it here. This is smart. This was really smart.
How are you feeling about being in Indiana and joining the team?
I'm really excited. I followed a lot of these players throughout their college careers and professional careers, so it's kind of like full circle moment to be on the same team with a lot of these players again.
Tell me what it was like what went into your decision to come here and join what's being built here at the Fever.
I think that the front office and the staff just really had a vision in place, and I felt that I could really complement their vision from the players. You got players like Kelsey Mitchell that was drafted here, that's been here this whole entire time and kind of seen the Indiana Fever built from the ground up. You got players like DB, who's going to be a future Hall of Famer, who deserves way more flowers than she's gotten, that I think is going to be a great compliment. Natasha Howard, I think one of the most athletic forwards in the league. Aaliyah Boston, she's young, but her ceiling is so high. Lexi's also been here a few years, so that's exciting. Sid Colson, one of the most recent players to win a championship, so just bringing that mindset to the team is going to be great. You have Damiris Dantas, who's such a great stretch big that can really just change how the defense guards you. Sophie Cunningham, just a high energy player that can also stretch the floor as well. Jaylen Brown, who went undrafted but found her way into the league last year, and I think to do that is just like remarkable. And of course, you have Caitlin. Like, she had such a phenomenal rookie season, so many great accolades, and I think the jumping from season 1 to season 2 players can also make a really big jump. So I'm excited to see her growth from year 1 and year 2. And she hasn't reached her ceiling yet either, so I'm really excited to watch her growth as well.
Talk about you on the court. What sort of attributes do you think you're going to bring, and where will you add to the Fever from last year to this year?
Yeah, I think I'm really just like a calming presence. I feel like I never get too high or get too low. People are like, why don't you smile more? Why don't you get excited? I'm like, I'm just chilling. I'm vibing. Like, I feel like I'm really an observer. But I am really competitive as well. I like to run the floor, like to play defense, like to win. And I think the Fever was a place to be if I wanted to win.
Obviously, Notre Dame alum. Just how does it feel to be back in the state of Indiana? And, do you expect some fans, some Irish fans to be out? What's that looking like for you?
Yeah, the fandom was great when I was in South Bend, and I know obviously Fever fans are known to fill up Gainbridge Fieldhouse, so I'm really excited for that. I mean, I would say Indiana is such a big basketball state. The fan bases, they go full out for their teams. I've only been there a couple of days, and I've been stopped out in the public. People asking, where do you play for? I say the Fever. They're like, oh my God, the Fever! Like, and they get really excited. So it's really fun to have a community that's so excited about their local sports team.
She hit it, man. She hit a home run there. She absolutely hit a home run. Um, whether it was prepared or not, whether it was memorized or not, she hit a home run on that one. And she did what she needed to do to endear herself to Indiana Fever fans, because that's what it's about. She's playing for Indiana. And whatever her political feelings are, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you play. The fans want to win. They don't care what you think about whoever you voted for or didn't vote for. It doesn't matter. And that's what makes sports always special. And that's what sports used to always be, but then it became political. That when it comes to fans, I know people who are very, very, very far to the left who absolutely revere Tom Brady. From They're from the Boston area, humongous Patriots fans. You know Tom Brady's political feelings, and they do not care. As long as they are holding a Super Bowl at the end of the year, they do not care. That's what makes sports what they are. Is that the general thing of sports is that sports always brought everyone together. And that's what makes watching women's basketball at times so ungodly tough, because it seems like it's a never-ending agenda push, one way or the other. I don't give a shit who you voted for. I don't give a crap about any of that. I care about one thing as a fan of a team, a player, is that the team that I like, the player that I like, I want them to win. And if they win, I don't care if they are the furthest to the right or the furthest to the left or right down the middle. I care that they got the W. And that's how most people feel when it comes to sports. And what Brianna Turner did there was she did this. And it was brilliant. And like I said, it doesn't matter if it was prepared or she was spoken to beforehand, because her initial comments a few weeks back were tough, to say the least. They were tough, man. Like you got to be real. Like that's not the way you jump on board. But now because you've done this, and now there's videos coming out with her working out with Caitlin Clark and all that stuff. I tell you what, man. She made one statement that I really heard beyond all the kudos to all the players. By the way, she didn't miss one single player. Even a player that wasn't in the league last year, she didn't miss. She said, I love to run the floor. There is no better team to be a part of if you love to run the floor than the Indiana Fever. So I would expect that she will average more than 1 point per game this year if she really loves to run the floor and defend. Because they need players to defend, and they need players who are going to run the floor to finish around the basket. It's that simple. But Brianna Stewart, kudos to you because you figured it out. You guys figured this out and you made sure to create this and not this. That's all I got. You let me know your thoughts. What did you think of her interview there and her comments hitting every player on the team? It's the best way to do it. It's the best way to do it. Let me know your thoughts. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Appreciate y'all. This is Rudy's Rant. Come on now.